Hello, and thank you for logging on to How's Business, a blog focusing on small business hosted by Staples Canada. I'm Randy Couray. Today we will focus on the pool industry and examine how unique this type of business is despite dealing with the most toughest customer of them all, Mother Nature. It is evident when pools across Canada would be used, which the use of a pool would require maintenance and other attention, thus using the services of a nearby store. But how do stores in this industry operate year-round when customers use their pool at only a portion of the year? We will examine this and hear the advice from one small business owner who sheds his thoughts on running a successful small business. So, let's travel to Kitchener, Ontario, and take a look at Beechmount Pool Services and meet Rene Olsen, who first discusses how he started in this industry.
I actually taught skiing and snowboarding full time and needed something that I could do in that off season, and so somebody that I taught skiing and snowboard with owned a pool business, and I had the opportunity to go and work for them. I mean, it certainly wasn't my goal. I just needed something to let me be a ski bum when I was younger, and that's the pool industry worked well for that. And so I worked for that company as I was teaching skiing, full time for 5 years, and then the opportunity presented itself to buy that business, a business that was already successful and established. So it was a great opportunity.
Now, despite being in a different situation than a company just starting up, was that Olsen had a developed client base to work with. However, he recognizes the importance of bringing customers back to his store and declares introducing newer trends as a positive business practice.
Well, definitely, like educational wise, attending trade shows, reading publications, those are the ways that, and trial and error. That's how how I educated myself. As far as how to stay, afloat and ahead of the competition, it's just making sure that you're staying, you're the leader in whatever trend that there is out there. Like when you see the new trend coming, you have to make sure that you embrace it right away. So like definitely in our business, our big focus and how we differentiate ourselves and try to stay ahead of our competition is by, our angle is to try to provide the most environmentally friendly pool solutions for people. So green solutions for sparkling blue pools, that's kind of our tag.
The pool business, like several industries, do not have a consistent customer demand throughout the 12-month calendar. Determining some key aspects of operating a budget may be obvious, but Olsen says other measures should be taken to fully capitalize during peak times.
It's about educating yourself. It's about developing your strategies on how you're going to utilize social media. It's the winter time is when you figure out all your advertising and you figure out your budgets and you figure out what you need to educate yourself on as far as what new products are available. It's the time to write your blogs. It's the time to figure out what your Facebook advertising is, what you're going to tweet. If you don't spend the time figuring that out in the winter time, in the summertime, spring and summer, you don't have time to do that.
Olsen says another component to small business owners is to maintain customer relations at a consistent pace, believing to keep a dialogue with customers even after your doors close for the night.
The people management, not only your staff but your consumers, like managing your consumers and making sure at the end of the day when you've put in a 14-hour day and you see somebody's taking the time to send you an email at 10:30 at night. If I've got my BlackBerry on me, I will make sure that I take the time to answer that email, because I know in the morning I hit the ground running. And so it's those things that, it's the world we live in now, instant communication, and if you're not doing that with your customers, you're going to be left in the dust for sure.
With the explosion of such channels like the internet, Olsen believes social media is a crucial component for small business owners of any capacity.
There's so many opportunities out there to stay in touch with your customers. You've got to be hitting them in many different areas in many different ways, and it's so easy to repeat and talk with them. And you know, with permission email and whatnot, of course we're sending that out, you know, every couple of weeks. You know, advertising's free in so many different areas, you know, and the money that we spent, maybe $30,000 on Yellow Pages so many years ago, next year we won't be spending it at all. So you have that money to spend more wisely.
Now, as you heard in the beginning, Olsen in theory traded his ski goggles for swim trunks. Having been in the pool business since 1992, he shares what motivates him to stay in this line of work.
There's the saying, it's the 1-minute commute to the backyard, and that's something that I've really embraced, you know, that you can walk out your back door into your personal little outdoor oasis. And I think that that's what I've really kind of hung on to and embraced, is that you know, I don't know that it was that I was passionate about pools. The passion came from understanding what it was that people got out of their pools, and so I think that's where the enjoyment comes, when, you know, a customer tells you about the great pool party that they had on the weekend, and is so thankful of the job that, you know, you and your staff did in helping them be prepared for that, and having great looking water, and you know, you can hear the laughter that people have and the enjoyment that they get out of their pools, and that's really, I think, where the passion comes from.
In closing, Olsen provides his thoughts on what makes a successful small business owner.
Well, I mean, the things that kind of go without saying is you know, being prepared to work the long hours, being prepared to wake up in the middle of the night and be thinking about work. Work doesn't, when you own a small business, it never leaves you. It's hard it's hard not to be thinking about your business. So those are kind of the things that, you know, go without saying. You know, as people have, you know, everybody kind of knows this, when you first start out a business, don't be prepared to be taking home a big paycheck in the first couple of years. It doesn't work that way. Hopefully it comes back to you, you know, 5 years down the road, the benefit of your long work, or your long days and your hard work. So when you're first starting out, that's definitely one of the things that you have to be ready and prepared for.
Thank you for logging on to How's Business, and be sure to keep visiting us as Staples Canada continues to provide information for small business owners every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For How's Business, I'm Randy Coure.